Are you feeling like a zombie most days, relying on coffee and sugary snacks just to make it through your endless to-do list? Do you feel like no matter how hard you try, those stubborn pounds just won't budge? If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. As a career-driven mom, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and neglect your own well-being. But here's the thing. Those nagging symptoms you've been brushing off as normal could actually be warning signs that your cortisol levels are out of whack. In this video, we'll dive into 7 alarming signs that your body's stress response has gone haywire and what this means for your health, hormones, and fat loss goals. Number 6 will surprise you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this crucial information. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and tools to recognize if high cortisol is sabotaging your efforts and the first steps to take back control of your body and your life. So grab a notepad, get cozy, and let's get started. Sign number 1, persistent fatigue and exhaustion. Picture this. It's barely 2 p.m. and you're already fighting the urge to crawl under your desk for a power nap. You're chugging coffee just to keep your eyes open, but no amount of caffeine seems to touch that bone-deep exhaustion. If this sounds familiar, your cortisol levels might be to blame. You see, when your body's under constant stress, your adrenal glands pump out cortisol like there's no tomorrow. And while a little cortisol can be helpful for managing short-term stressors, when it's chronically elevated, it can seriously disrupt your sleep-wake cycle. It's like your internal clock is stuck on party all night, crash all day mode. Fatigue and exhaustion are all too familiar with the high-achieving women juggling demanding careers and family responsibilities. It's like trying to drive a car with faulty transmission. You might be able to push through for a while, but eventually you will start to sputter and stall. When your cortisol levels are out of whack, it's like having a 24/7 internal alarm system blaring in your body. This stress hormone can leave you feeling wired and tired, stuck in a vicious cycle of caffeine dependence and burnout. A study published in the journal Sleep found that individuals with high cortisol levels had significantly lower sleep quality and more nighttime awakenings compared to those with normal cortisol. Over time, this sleep deficit can lead to a downward spiral of fatigue, cravings, and weight gain. It's like trying to run a marathon with a flat tire. No matter how hard you push, you're not going to get very far. I've worked with countless driven, successful women who were left feeling like they're constantly running on empty, unable to show up as their best selves in any area of their lives. When your hormones are out of sync, it can lead to chronic fatigue, sluggish metabolism, and a host of all other health issues. Sign number 2, stubborn belly fat. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. That frustrating spare tire around your middle that just won't deflate, no matter how many crunches you do. If you're eating right and hitting the gym, but still can't seem to ditch the belly pooch, high cortisol could be the culprit. You see, when your body's in chronic stress mode, cortisol tells your body to store fat, especially around your abdomen. It's like your midsection is cortisol's favorite storage unit, and it just keeps packing on the padding. To make matters worse, high cortisol can lead to insulin resistance, which makes it even harder for your body to burn fat for fuel. It's a vicious cycle that can leave you feeling frustrated and stuck. Stubborn belly fat is like a clingy ex that just won't take the hint. No matter how much you try to get rid of it, if you're doing everything right, but still can't seem to shrink your waistline, cortisol could be the hidden saboteur behind your muffin top misery. But it gets even worse. High cortisol levels can also make your body more resistant to insulin, the hormone that helps shuttle sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells. When your cells start giving insulin the cold shoulder, that excess sugar has nowhere to go but straight to your waistline. It's like trying to fill a gas tank that's already overflowing. The extra just spills out and creates a big mess. I've worked with countless women who were doing everything right, eating clean, hitting the gym, but still couldn't win the battle of the budge. It wasn't until we addressed their underlying cortisol imbalances that the stubborn weight finally started to melt away. A study published in the journal Obesity found that women with high cortisol levels had significantly more abdominal fat compared to those with normal cortisol, even after controlling for factors like age and overall body weight. This just goes to show that you can't out-crunch a hormone imbalance. No matter how many sit-ups you do, if your cortisol is out of whack, that belly fat isn't going anywhere. Sign number 3. Sugar and carb cravings. Do you find yourself constantly dreaming about donuts, reaching for the breadbasket, or raiding the pantry for something sweet? These intense cravings for sugary and high-carb foods are another red flag that your cortisol levels are in overdrive. When you're stressed, your body's like, "Quick, give me energy." And cortisol is happy to oblige by sending you on a one-way trip to Carb City. The problem is, these quick fix foods can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, leaving you hangry, cranky, and craving even more junk. It's like being on a hormonal roller coaster, and the only way off is to break the cycle. Sugar and carb cravings can feel like an unstoppable force, as if your body is staging a full-blown mutiny against your best intentions. If you find yourself constantly fantasizing about cupcakes or diving headfirst into a bag of chips, your cortisol levels might be the puppet master pulling the strings. When you're under chronic stress, your body goes into fight or flight mode, demanding a quick hint of energy to fuel your escape from danger. And what's the fastest way to get that energy? You guessed it, sugar and simple carbs. It's like your brain is sending out an SOS signal, and the only way to answer the call is with a pint of ice cream or a sleeve of cookies. But here's the kicker. Those quick fix foods are actually making things worse. When you indulge in sugary or high carb treats, your blood sugar skyrockets, giving you a temporary burst of energy and euphoria. But what goes up must come down. And when your blood sugar inevitably crashes, you are left feeling hungry, irritable, and desperate for another fix. It's like being on a never-ending ride at the hormonal amusement park, complete with dizzying highs and terrifying lows. I've worked with countless women who felt like slaves to their sweet tooth, powerless against the siren song of the vending machine. But the truth is, these cravings aren't a lack of willpower. They're a biological response to a hormonal imbalance. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that women with high cortisol levels had significantly higher cravings for sweets and high-fat foods compared to those with normal cortisol. In other words, your hormones are hijacking your hunger, and the only way to take back control is to address the root cause. More on that at the end of the video. Sign number 4, mood swings and irritability. Feeling like a raging bull one minute and a weepy mess the next? If your moods are more unpredictable than a toddler's tantrum, high cortisol could be this behind-the-scenes puppet master. You see, cortisol isn't just a stress hormone. It also plays a key role in regulating your brain's feel-good chemicals, like serotonin and dopamine. When cortisol levels are constantly elevated, it can throw your neurotransmitters out of balance, leading to mood swings, irritability, and even anxiety or depression. It's like your emotions are on a wild goose chase, and you're just along for the ride. It's like riding an emotional roller coaster without a seatbelt, leaving you feeling drained, out of control, and wondering if you'll ever feel like yourself again. When your hormones are out of balance, it can feel like you're at the mercy of your emotions. One moment you're feeling confident and in control, and the next you're overwhelmed by a tidal wave of anxiety or despair. It's a vicious cycle that can leave you feeling exhausted, disconnected, and questioning your own sanity. I've worked with so many women who, despite their outward success, secretly struggle with mood swings and emotional turbulence. They put on a brave face for the world, but behind closed doors, they're battling a constant onslaught of anxiety, irritability, and self-doubt. It's a heavy burden to bear, especially when you're trying to juggle the demands of a career, family, and personal life. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that irregular menstrual cycles are often linked to underlying hormonal disturbances. These imbalances can be red flags for conditions like PCOS, thyroid disorders, and even premature menopause. So if your moods are as unpredictable as your toddler's tantrums, it's time to sit up and pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you. Sign number 5, digestive issues. Bloating, constipation, acid reflux, oh my. If your gut feels like it's staging a revolt, high cortisol could be the master of ceremonies. You see, your gut and your adrenal glands are like BFFs. When one's out of balance, the other one is sure to follow. Chronic stress can do a number on your digestive system, leading to inflammation, leaky gut, and a host of unsavory symptoms. Plus, when you're in fight or flight mode, your body diverts energy away from digestion, which can slow down your gut motility and leave you feeling backed up. That's not fun. It's like your intestines are stuck in a rush hour traffic, and there's no ETA on when things will start moving again, if you know what I mean. If your gut feels like it's in a constant state of rebellion with bloating, constipation, and acid reflux as the unwelcome ringleaders, high cortisol levels could be the hidden puppeteer pulling the strings. When chronic stress has your adrenal glands working overtime, it's like your gut and your hormones are engaged in a tug of war, with your digestive health caught in the middle. I've worked with countless women who, despite their best efforts to eat clean and live a healthy lifestyle, find themselves at the mercy of their misbehaving gut. They're popping antacids like candy, dreading the bloat that comes with every meal, and wondering if they'll ever feel normal again. It's a frustrating and uncomfortable place to be, especially when you're trying to juggle the demands of a busy life. When your body's stuck in chronic fight or flight mode, it's like your digestive system gets put on the back burner. Your body diverts all its energy and resources to dealing with a perceived threat, leaving your gut to fend for itself. This can lead to a slowed down digestive process, causing constipation, bloating, and a buildup of toxins in your system. It's like your intestines are stuck in a rush hour traffic and no amount of honking or swerving is going to get things moving again. But the gut cortisol connection doesn't stop there. Research has shown that chronic stress can also lead to inflammation and increased intestinal permeability, aka leaky gut. When your gut lining is compromised, it's like having a bouncer at the club who's fallen asleep on the job. All sorts of unsavory characters can sneak in and wreak havoc on your system. This can manifest as food sensitivities, autoimmune issues, and a host of other health problems that can leave you feeling less than your best. Sign number 6, muscle weakness and loss. Feeling like your strength is slowly slipping away no matter how many protein shakes you chug? High cortisol could be the gains goblin, sabotaging your efforts. When your body's under constant stress, cortisol tells your muscles, break it down. We need the amino acids. This can lead to muscle breakdown and weakness, even if you're hitting the weights regularly. Plus, when your cortisol levels are high, your body is more likely to use muscle for fuel instead of fat, which can further stall your fat loss efforts. It's like trying to build a sandcastle while the tide keeps washing it away. Muscle weakness and loss can feel like a thief in the night, slowly robbing you of your strength and vitality no matter how much time you spend pumping iron. If you're hitting the gym regularly, but still feeling like your muscles are staging a mutiny, high cortisol levels could be the culprit behind your diminishing gains. But the muscle wasting effects of high cortisol don't stop there. When your stress levels are chronically elevated, your body starts playing favorites with its fuel sources, opting to burn muscle instead of fat. So even if you're diligent with your workouts and nutrition, you might find yourself struggling to see the results that you want as your body stubbornly clings to fat while sacrificing your lean mass. I've worked with countless driven women who, despite their best efforts in the gym, find themselves grappling with frustrating muscle loss and weakness. They're pouring their heart and soul into their workouts, only to see their strength and definition slowly slip away like sand through the hourglass. It's a demoralizing experience that can leave you questioning your commitment and wondering if you'll ever achieve that strong toned physique you desire. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that chronic exposure to high cortisol levels can lead to significant muscle breakdown and atrophy, particularly in the fast-twitch muscle fibers responsible for strength and power. So if you're feeling like your muscles are staging a revolt, it's time to take a closer look at your stress levels and hormonal health. Sign number 7, compromised immune function. Feeling like you catch every bug that goes around and take forever to bounce back? High cortisol could be the kryptonite weakening your immune system's defenses. You see, cortisol and your immune system are like a seesaw. One goes up, the other goes down. Chronic stress can suppress your body's natural killer cells, which are like the Navy SEALs of your immune system, leaving you more vulnerable to viruses, bacteria, and other invaders. It's like leaving your front door unlocked in a sketchy neighborhood. You never know what kind of trouble might come barging in. When your body's stuck in chronic fight or flight mode, it's like your immune system is being sacrificed on the altar of survival. Cortisol, the hormone that's meant to help you cope with short-term stressors, starts to suppress your body's natural defenses when it's elevated for too long. It's like your immune system is being slowly starved of the resources that it needs to keep you healthy and thriving. Research has shown that chronic stress can significantly impair the function of your immune system's natural killer cells, which are the first line of defense against viruses, bacteria, and even cancer cells. When these immune warriors are weakened, it's like leaving the front door of your health unlocked, inviting all sorts of unwanted invaders to make themselves at home. So tell me, do any of these high cortisol signs hit a little too close to home? If you're nodding your head, I want you to know that you're not alone. And there is hope. I've helped countless women just like you go from stressed and struggling to radiant and resilient, with clear skin, boundless energy, and a metabolism that's firing on all cylinders. Imagine waking up each morning feeling like a brand new woman, energized, clear-headed, and ready to conquer the world. No more hitting the snooze button a dozen times or needing a triple shot of espresso just to function. You bounce out of bed, excited to start the day because you know you have the stamina and the focus to tackle anything that comes your way. Picture slipping effortlessly into your favorite skinny jeans, the ones that have been gathering dust in the back of your closet. The zipper glides up smoothly, button fastens without a struggle, and when you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, you can't help but smile. Your waistline is trim, your belly is flat, and your curves are all in the right places. You radiate confidence and vitality from the inside out. Envision having the energy and bandwidth to excel in your career, be an amazing mother, and still have plenty of gas left in the tank for date nights, girls' night, and self-care. No more feeling like you're constantly running on empty, barely keeping your head above water. You're firing on all cylinders, mentally sharp, emotionally resilient, and physically unstoppable. Imagine your hormones humming along in perfect harmony, like a finely tuned orchestra. No more mood swings, irritability, or PMS that leaves you feeling like a stranger in your own skin. No more cravings that derail your best intentions, bloating that makes you want to hide, or energy crashes that leave you searching for the nearest sugar pick-me-up. Your metabolism is revved up, your digestion is smooth and efficient, and your skin is glowing with health. And the best part? You did it all with extreme diets, punishing workouts, or supplements that leave you jittery or wired. You simply followed a proven roadmap to rebalance your hormones, optimize your nutrition, and treat your body with the love and the respect it deserves. This is the power of cracking your unique hormonal code and reclaiming your birthright of vibrant health. It's not a quick fix or a magic pill, but a sustainable lifestyle that allows you to show up as the best version of yourself in your career, relationships, and your life. I've witnessed these transformations time and time again with my coaching clients, high-achieving women who came to me feeling like shadows of their former selves, burnt out, fed up, and desperate for a solution. By guiding them through my proven protocol, they were able to rewrite their health stories and create the lives that they love. Now it's your turn. If you're ready to break free from the shackles of hormonal chaos and step into the most energized, confident, and magnetic version of yourself, I invite you to book your complimentary Dream Body Blueprint session. Together, we'll uncover the root causes of your imbalances and craft a personalized plan to help you reclaim your vitality, reset your metabolism, and feel at home in your body again. Your most vibrant self is waiting to be unleashed. Let's set her free together. Join me in the next video of this cortisol and stress weight series where I will reveal the surprising link between stress and weight gain. I'll see you there.